The Minister of Youth and Sports, Dr. Albino Bol, held a meeting with FIFA delegations as well with South Sudan Football Association members in Juba on Thursday. During the meeting, they discussed about establishment of FIFA in South Sudan Football Federation. Speaking to the media after the meeting, Minister of Youth and Sports, Dr. Albino Bol, said the first initiative is how to create awareness on hygiene and protection to young girls in South Sudan. Dr. Albino added that ladies are the future of our country.
Today I'm very pleased and honored to have met the delegation visiting South Sudan from FIFA, headed by Rijana Dimariovic, the head of women football in FIFA, and also with the team from South Sudan Football Federation, and also the head of the South Sudan Women Football. The purpose of this is the first initiative that FIFA is initiating to start in South Sudan as a consequence of the recent visit of the Secretary General of FIFA to South Sudan. We have received the Secretary General 2 months ago, and she promised to support the women football in the country. And now the many actors on FIFA dwell on this, and we have received the head of the women football in FIFA today in South Sudan. The first initiative that FIFA is starting now in South Sudan is how we can raise the hygiene of the young ladies and encouraging them to practice a sport. And this is very important, and she will be telling us what they are intending to do. And on behalf of the government of South Sudan and on my own behalf, I welcome the initiative. This is what will change the livelihoods of our young ladies. This is what will tell the families that the ladies are not just for merit, are not the commodities. The ladies are also human beings like men, and they can be excellent human beings if they got the chance and got the training. And I do believe that the sport of today is not just a sport, but is a business. Also is a talent that can expose you and can take you to the next level. We have seen a lot of young ladies, South Sudanese ladies in the NBA and also Athletic Federation. We have seen a Thieng Mo from the US, is a South Sudanese American. And we are hoping that with the help of FIFA, we will be able to discover a lot of ladies in many aspects of sport, whether football, volleyball, basketball, and other sport activities. This is very important. So I want to thank the head of the women football in FIFA and the accompanying delegation that took their precious time to come to South Sudan. And I'm very honored, and on behalf of His Excellency the President of the Republic, we appreciate and we thank FIFA for the great work they are doing. They are now helping in the development of the infrastructure and also development of the human resource that can have a good practice. The ladies can have a good practice of sport when they have a good hygienic environment and they have good services on that can encourage them and allow them to practice their sport. So I thank FIFA for this initiative and the head of the women football in FIFA for their coming and to having South Sudan in their heart. This is something that will always remain in our minds as the young people of South Sudan, as the country as whole. Thank you very much.
FIFA head of women football development, who is also the head of delegation, Arijana Demirovic, encouraged project of social development to assist girls' education in hygiene. She also called on parents to allow their girls to study so that they can acquire skills in sports activities.
Today we are on our second day of the visit to South Sudan. Yesterday we have had meetings with South Sudan Football Association and with the board of directors, female board of directors, to discuss this pilot project that we intend to start in South Sudan. The project is very much focused on football, but then using football as a tool for also social development. The topic that is very dear to our heart and is something that has been identified in South Sudan as one of the barriers for girls and women to practice sports, but also to access education, is menstrual hygiene. So the idea is really that we work on a project together with all the stakeholders within South Sudan, with FIFA and then with some of our stakeholders within Africa, to make sure that we create a program that is relevant for the context of South Sudan, that will enable girls to be educated on the topic, but also provide them with sanitary pads or sanitary kits that will allow them to go to school regularly and practice sports, rather than what the situation is now, that many of them are missing out school or sport activities because they have to stay at home. And the project itself allows us to put a lot of our efforts and passions that come from football, but also that come from the development aspect. And I think from our side in women's football development, we are very excited to see how can football as a tool serve this community to really grow and develop not just their girls and women, but also boys and men. And hopefully down the line in the coming years, we can see this project being very sustainable, but as well used in the region as an example of how other countries can access that topic and do a similar project.
The president of South Sudan Football Association, General Agostino Madot Barrett, explained the way forward on how projects social development success in the country.
So we came to the Minister of Youth and Sport to come and meet the Honorable Minister, Dr. Albino, accompany the delegation from FIFA. Regina is the head of the delegation, is the head of women football development in FIFA. This is an initiative from FIFA to come to South Sudan and engage all the stakeholders in terms of women football development. And yesterday we have an extensive meeting with the delegation from FIFA, with members of board of directors, the women committee, so that we discuss how this initiative and this pilot project can succeed. And in fact, it's the first of its kind from FIFA, and this came out as a previous engagement with Madam Fatma Samora, the General Secretary of FIFA, as well also Sarai, the head women football. They came last time and visited the South Sudan Football Association, as well also the Minister of Youth and Sports. And the discussion, we provided a lot of information about what is distracting the women from coming to the activities of football. And then this become the source of getting this initiative, and they send the experts and to come and get necessary information so that program can be developed into reality of South Sudan. And I think this project is going to be productive to the women in South Sudan. And the project is not, will be, of course, football is an entry point, but is holistic to all women, and that's why they are also taking care of women at the school level, so that they don't drop out because of some small issues like hygiene. And I think we are grateful to have this project as first of its kind by the FIFA, and we need to really send our message to the leadership of the FIFA for support on this project to South Sudan. We are happy that the minister received us very well and is so keen to support the project. And as well, he also is thinking of getting a synergy through the MOU with the concerned Minister of Education, as well Minister of Gender, and any other stakeholder that should contribute to this project will be involved. And we are very happy that we are get into the truck, and I think the delegation from FIFA will meet as different ministers who are having related to this and other institutions that they think they should provide necessary information for them to develop the program. Thank you.